necessarily those of the Emily Pearl Show, its sister stations, its affiliates, or its sponsors, but it is those of the individuals themselves who express it. While the Emily Pearl Show does take stances on individual issues, the show itself remains an entertainment platform. Free thought is a philosophy and not a policy.
All right, what's the word? Thunderbirds. My poor little baby there got that squeaking toy going. She said, it's time for Pearl's politics. I got to get in and get my say so in there. Well, all right then. Hello there, Sandra. Memphis, Tennessee. Hello, Mary from Michigan. Mary got something to talk about tonight, Jen. Yeah. All right then. I got the White House flying out through my hair tonight. But I'm going to bring in the rest of the team. That's Mary. Okay. Hello. Thank y'all so much for joining. Bring in the rest of the team. The heartbeat of the South. Yeah. My every heartbeat, my son Tim Harrington. All right.
Hey Ma, how's everybody doing?
All righty then. And nobody else but and everybody else is but her name is just Jen from Alabama. Hey Jen, welcome to the studio. I'll
Hey,
get her in a
Jen.
minute.
Welcome, everybody.
Hey,
I'm
Jen.
clicking. Studio
Hey,
boy, Mr.
everybody.
All
Hey
right, how you
there.
doing?
Yeah, Jen says hello, everybody. She got to come in here too.
Hey,
I was
Mary.
gonna
Hey,
tell.
Sandra.
Girls Politics say hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. And Jen, I saw your post in here earlier. There it is from Jen Hill. She said, I thought you was gonna put just Jen. She wrote the whole name there. I don't blame her.
Well,
She's
that my Facebook says
oh,
Jen
it's
Hill,
up
and then
there.
it's just
Yeah,
Jen.
I see you,
So
just Jen. Yeah, okay,
yeah.
great. All right then. So we got an audience member and regular fan of ours that's got something to talk about tonight.
Yes.
Mary, why don't you take your time and type that in what you want to talk about tonight? Because she touched on it Tuesday.
She did. She did.
She said she can
Uh,
hardly wait for Thursday night, Jen.
a lot was
But
said
she said
Tuesday. I can't wait to see which one it is.
she's gonna type it in. Meanwhile,
uh,
I'm gonna catch
yeah.
up with Tim, see what you were doing out today in the rain.
Uh, I had to run an errand. Actually, I had to run 2 errands because I forgot what I was supposed to get at the grocery store.
See, that's why I like to order my groceries on
Yeah.
Instacart
Yeah.
because I'm just like that commercial that we
Uh,
play, Instacart commercial.
yeah.
See, I have time to add my stuff
Right.
if I forget something.
Yeah.
Because my delivery coming at 1, I placed my order at 10 o'clock this morning. And then I think to go in the kitchen to see something, go somewhere and need something. I forgot. Oh, I just
Right.
added on there just like she do in the commercial, right?
Yeah. 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 That's a good thing.
Right?
Yeah, that's a good
Now,
thing.
so far, I have saved $287 in gas and 85 trips to the store,
Great.
according to my Instacart summary.
Okay.
So yeah. So they do a calculation estimate of how much it would cost me to make those trips and a total of how many trips I have saved because
Right.
see the thing about Instacart is that you just don't order groceries. You can
Mm-hmm.
order from different stores too, other
Okay.
different types of stores. So means that I have ordered 87 times in the
Okay,
last
Rita.
year.
Rita just
Okay.
came in, and
Hey,
Mary said,
Rita.
Hello, Rita.
"See, Mary
uh,
said, oh my God, the dollar is changing. What? I think she's
yeah,
talking about what's going on with the financial system right now. Is that true? Is
that's
that what you
right.
were talking about, Mary?
Yeah, that's it. She said, what? She said, Jenny. Oh my God. She said, the dollar
I
is
got
changing.
I got the little bird in my ear. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And Rita, our friend Rita, says hello.
Hey, Miss Rita.
That's my dear friend, former co-worker Rita.
Yeah.
Hello,
Sandra,
thanks for joining.
Sandra's there too.
Yeah, Sandra's here from
Hey,
Memphis, and
Sandra.
Rita is from I think it's Cordova. There goes Sandra. Hello, Sandra.
Hey.
All right, welcome. All right, and so Jenny, I just saw you. When did I see you? Oh,
A
haven't
week
seen. Has
ago.
it been a week?
Yes, a week.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, yes. It doesn't seem like it because she said she participates in every show.
Yeah.
But
I tried to.
actually we come first Tuesday night on the
Mm-hmm.
901 show. But I
Right.
have not seen you in a week.
That's
And
right.
since the last week that I actually saw you face to face, you're looking even prettier than you did last time. I saw you
All
Oh,
right.
in just 1 week time.
I posted a picture on Facebook, and Sybil was talking about how the amazing difference. And I said the outside has nowhere near how good I feel on the inside. The
Yeah.
inside, oh my lord! I told her, I think I said the number 60 is looking smaller and smaller every day.
Wow.
All right.
I'll
You
tell you
know, the
well,
age, because I
yeah,
think
and
to be
then
60 in July.
look how much weight she's lost from her neck and her
Mm-hmm.
face
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
already.
Well, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of it is inflammation. Okay.
Oh,
Uh, you
okay.
know, the inflammation disease is a big
Yeah.
killer.
It
Oh yeah.
And
is.
I the inflammation's going away.
Yeah,
Great.
I
and
just
see, I
amazed.
didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So
I got to get that. I'm gonna talk to Lisa too, so I can get on my regime. But
yes, yes.
I
Um,
had to get my cobalt. I got me a new cobalt water structured
Oh,
unit.
all right.
It did Tim
yeah.
say, "Oh, all right, yeah."
All
Who knows?
right.
Who knows what that means?
Yeah, I'm thinking inherit something.
It came today. So Tim, I got your white one packaged and ready to go. I'm gonna drop it by
Yeah,
after I leave the doctor's office tomorrow.
you're
Outstanding.
gonna,
I'll drop it
you
by
are
for
gonna
you.
love it.
Well,
You are
thank you.
gonna
Thank
love
you.
it,
Thank
Tim. You're
you.
gonna
Yeah.
notice the changes real soon.
Yeah, I've only had a taste of it, a little taste of it. So I
Yeah,
used to have it
he
on
used
the
to come over and make trips over and fill up his Hawaiian
containers.
sea what
Yeah.
Hawaiian juice jars.
Mm-hmm.
So
Are
now
you?
he
What kind of water are you on? Is it city water?
That cheap bottle of water
Okay.
that you buy
Well,
in the store.
you know, back in the day when I had to be hauling water over here
Yeah.
before before I found my well. Um,
no, he has
I,
running water now. Don't get me wrong. He
well, no,
has
I'm
he
talking
has
about.
water. He has kitchen water, city water, yes. But I was
Okay,
just
that's what I
saying
was asking.
he
Well, I
wanted to
found
get when
out.
he wanted to get the structured water, he had to come and fill his jugs up just to get
Yeah,
structured
yeah.
water.
Yeah.
Well, I had to go out and get water from a friend of mine, and she had city water. So when I brought the water back, I couldn't smell. I couldn't stand the smell when I opened the lid on the jugs, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would do is get another empty jug, and I would pour that water back and forth to the structured water unit
Yeah.
to where I did it like 3 times, and it
Mm-hmm.
made it taste just like well water.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm
yeah.
gonna have to do that with the
Yeah,
case of bottled water that I got. Hmm.
yeah, yeah. But
Well,
it
you
was
can actually
amazing.
just hold your unit up under the faucet, and it's going to take care of all of that. You
Yeah, but
won't
I'm
Yeah,
have.
saying,
but what I'm saying, the
Oh,
chemicals that's in the water.
so he don't waste the water he's already bought. I see what you're saying.
yeah,
I
right,
see
right,
Yeah,
what
right.
Tim is saying.
Yeah,
Okay.
he
that's
can
what I'm
take it.
saying.
He can
Yeah.
take it
Yeah, you
straight out
don't
of the
have to do
tap.
it, but you don't have to do it but one time. I
Yeah,
know
Right.
but
what
the more you
Jen
do
just
it,
want.
the better the taste.
That's several now. I've never done mine but one time.
Right, right. Yeah. Once should
But
be
I
good
know
enough.
several and Jen will work you to death. But
Yeah.
Oh, it was
just
good.
so you know, one
One
time is
time
good
is
enough.
enough.
That's
Okay.
right.
Yes,
And then
Yeah.
where did
yes,
I get
one
that
time.
from? I got that from the scientists and the maker of the units themselves. So
Gotcha.
they say, yeah, but you can do it more than one if you want to.
Yeah.
But one time is just enough. They say, in fact, one drop of it into unstructured water will structure the whole thing.
All right.
So I've done
Yeah,
that too before, yeah. And
Okay.
so
yeah.
my next project is I got to get me another structured water shower head because these were plastic. Tim, you've installed it for me. I think I've had it 3 years, and just to show you how bad the rust is. You know what? I gotta ask them. I thought that it was a lifetime guarantee on it, but it might not be on the shower head. But I know it's a lifetime warranty on the hand units, unless
Okay.
you just damage it yourself.
What's okay?
But I got tiny holes punched in it, and I don't know if it was punched in, if it ate through by the rust, or if somebody actually punched two holes in it. They used my shower because it wasn't enough water coming out on them. You know how people do?
Right.
They
Well, I tell
think
you
it's
what.
just a
When you get your
what.
new one, you give me the old one, and I'll figure it out.
You gonna figure it out. All
Yeah, I
right.
say
All
when you
right.
get your new one, then you give me that one, and then I'll
Well, I
figure it
got some tape on it. It still works.
out.
I
Okay.
got I
Yeah.
got some tape on those two little holes, but you might can figure out. Maybe you can put some super glue on it and that'll work.
Some will
I don't
work.
know
Yeah.
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
All right. We got a lot to talk about.
Yeah,
Oh
so
yes, we do.
so that's my next. But that won't come until after I sign up for Live Good,
Gotcha.
live well, or live good,
Live good.
live
All
good.
right.
LG, living good,
That's right. Live good.
living good, because LG is the same. That's that's what the LG for the electronics products. That's what it stands for, living good. And
It
a lot of
does.
people didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
There's Ernestine. Hey, Ernestine.
Hey, I understand.
All right,
Got a
welcome. I'm
full
trying to
house.
see. Oh, she's not in the comment column. Yeah, she just watching. Okay. All right, then. So let's take a little break. When we come
Okay.
back, Jen, I'm gonna let you do your 15 minutes on Mary's topic. She wants to talk about that money, and then you can tell everybody how. Oh, there she is. She's in the comment column. Hey, Ernestine. All right. Then you can tell everybody about what Mary is referring to. Okay. So they won't be in the dark, because we got some new viewers tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So as I was saying earlier, I have saved $287 in the past year. Not quite a year. I would guess maybe 10 months, somewhat, because I paid the $99 a year annual fee,
Yeah.
where I don't have to pay for a service fee every time I have my groceries delivered.
Okay.
So my summary of savings on Instacart is $287 that I've saved in gasoline, as if I had made these trips to the store.
That's good.
And I've saved time on making 87 trips to the store.
Oh
And
man, that's good.
I just placed an order today. So let's look and see what Instacart is talking about, because I'm just like this lady here. And Tim said he had to end up making 2 trips to the store today. He had, first of all, y'all, he had to go out in the rain. It was kind of cold today.
Yep.
And drive, which I hate driving.
Yep.
And deal with them crazy folks out there in the street.
Yep.
Then he thought he had everything.
Yep.
Did you get home and had to go back, or you thought about it and before you got home and had to go back?
No, actually, I got home, got out of my regular clothes and everything, and then I thought about it. Yeah.
Oh man, we gotta have a gas on that one. Woo, that's saying then.
Yeah.
That's a no. See, I'm like this lady right here. What do you need, Jenny?
Before we go to break, I want to ask Rita, is she talking about the H-25 bill that they trying to slip through there? And if that's true, I know what's going on there too.
Okay, hold on. Let's see what she said. I'll put a comment up. I'm trying to see where
Well,
is it.
I just figured I'd ask before.
Oh, there it is. Are you going to talk about the State House today? Yeah, she's talking. I will talk about that. She's talking about Tennessee. She's talking about the state of Tennessee.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes, I will talk about that, Rita. She is in Alabama. Jen gives us that part of the region, and she used to like to cover national news. And sometimes she sneaks in stuff about Alabama. All right, then. So, yes. So we're going to honestly say, yes, that's a blessing on Instacart. But what I was telling Tim earlier was this, y'all. What I do just like the commercial. If I place my order at 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning and I want it delivered like 12 or 1 o'clock, that gives me time to add items that I forget.
Yeah, that's good.
And then it all comes out on that one trip. Plus, I don't pay for a service fee for delivery.
That's good.
I just pay for the tip, you know.
Yeah,
so check it out, y'all. Check it out, okay? Stick and stay, don't go away.
What am I gonna get? Ooh, cherries. Oh, okay. How about cherry ice cream? With sprinkles? And maybe a baguette. And a French boy. Bonjour. Ooh la la, baby. You know what I need? Bath bombs. Bombs away! Gotta have Takis. Oh, I need balls. Okay, I'm gonna need some glue. Oh, and a new charger. I can never find those things. And I gotta get flowers for mommy. And a little something for me. Can I get a robe?
Be what I am not. I should know better why not. Life is mine, it's a fact. I like to be what I am not. I should know better why not. Life is mine, it's a fact. Wake up in the morning and I picture myself flying in the sky. I'm a bird, it's not a lie. And now that I'm diving through the oceans of my dreams, I want them so bad to become reality. Daydreamer. I'm a daydreamer. I'm a daydreamer. I'm a daydreamer.
Welcome to the Shack 12 Week Shred. My name is Rock Shabazz, and I'm here to take you through the same program that I made for this guy right here.
This program is without a doubt a huge reason why I was able to get fit and stay fit. If you put in the work and stay consistent, you just might be able to keep up. It's time for you to get to work.
All right, everybody. So we are coming back in with the rest of the team. Thank you for sticking and staying with us, and thank you for joining us tonight. So, what first thing we're going to go ahead is and address Mary in Michigan. And she wanted to know about. Our reader wanted to correct me. She said she's in Bartlett, Tennessee. All right, I know it was way out there. All right, so Mary from Michigan wants to talk about, oh my God, Denny, the dollar is changing. What is going on? She says. That's Jen's area right there. Take it away, Jen.
It's not my area because I'm not a financial person, but I keep a tab on it because everybody's money means something, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now let me tell y'all beforehand that I got this information this morning, which is just follow up to what I've already known from the Charlie Ward show this morning. There's two of them. There's one where he has with Chaz Carter, who's also in Nashville. Okay. And then the one with Melissa Redpill, who relates the verses of the Bible, the stories of the Bible, with what's going on today. And she's really good at it. She's been doing this for years, and she knows what she's talking about when it comes to faith and what's going on today. Okay. So the deal is people are worried about, what's happening with the money. The deal is that the old money has to get out so the good money can get in. The good money is going to be gold backed, silver backed. It's going to be precious metal backed. And in the process of this, we're going to have to, fend for ourselves for a few days. It could be 10 days. It could be 15 to be safe. Everybody needs to be prepared to, food and water, medicine, your neighbors, your loved ones, need to prepare to be stuck at home for up to 30 days. I don't believe it's going to be the full 10 days. It just depends on what area you're in, I'm thinking. Big major cities like New York, San Francisco, Seattle, I think it'll be more for them because they have a lot of chaos going on. So I believe it'll be longer for them, but people who are not in the major cities, I don't think it's going to be the full 10 days, but that's just my opinion. Okay. Nobody really knows how long it's going to be. But for the new system to come in, the old system has to go down. The dollar is being collapsed right now all over the world. Nobody's accepting the dollar in exchange for anything.
Mm.
Okay. Um, and this is all falling in with the plan that I have faith in, which is, we're leading to a better world. People are real concerned about Putin and Xi getting together, and now they're joined with Saudi Arabia. Y'all, this has all been taken care of. They're just following a script that they've been told to follow to wake people up because about 50% of the people are still in this bubble of not worrying about it.
Mm-hmm.
They're just
Mm-hmm.
going on with their lives and
Yeah.
they're not worrying about what's going on in the world when they need to be preparing, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And they're just going on with their lives, not thinking something's going to happen. And
Yeah.
that's scary for a lot of people. Now,
Yeah.
the people who believe this is going to happen are prepared. They're
Yeah.
prepared to
I'm
help those people
preparing.
that are. Well, we're
I,
also
I did all
prepared.
my Instacart ordering.
Well,
I'm
well,
stocking up.
we're prepared for ourselves and our families, but we're also prepared to be here for those people who are going to be scared.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and the main thing I got to say about that is stop letting silence stand in your way because people need to hear what's being said. People need to hear what's going on. Don't get in an argument with anybody. Just say, in my world, this is what's happening. And if they start questioning it, then you've done your job because that means if they have a question, they go looking for the answer.
Okay, hold on a
Okay.
minute, Jen. Hold on a minute, Jen. Yes, Rita. I'm going to talk. I'm going to be the one that's going to talk about what happened in Tennessee House of Representatives today because I watched it this morning. Okay,
Oh, good.
she's talking about something else
Yeah.
that another of our viewers and fans want to know about. Okay, but I'm gonna get to it. Just hang on in there. All right,
Okay, so
continue.
all of this, all of this going on with the world leaders that are presented as our enemies, they're not.
Mm,
Okay, and all of that has to do with what's going on with the money because the new system's being used already in many countries across the world.
mm,
Okay, so in saying that, the dollar is going to, it's not worth anything anyway. But they're refusing to have anything to do with the dollar. Okay, our U.S. dollar is zero. Okay, but it has to be that way so the new can come in. Now, people have been concerned about all the money that's supposedly going over to Ukraine. That's going into I call them white hats. There's all kinds of names for them. That's going into the hands of the white hats so they can destroy the money. It can't be used. It's not. It's basically worthless. Nobody in Ukraine wants a U.S. dollar, to tell you the truth. And the same with the weapons. All these weapons that's being moved around, those are being destroyed. Okay, this is all leading to the better world I keep talking about. Okay, things have to change. Our lives have to change, and in order for it to happen, we all have to have some kind of suffering through it because it's just we can't have it done easy because we've taken the easy path all this time. People have gotten lazy in and allowing the government to take over over us.
mm,
Things like that. It's because we stopped speaking, we stopped being concerned about it. I
mm-hmm.
remember when I was a younger person, when election day came around, we were all gun ho about who we was going to vote for and why, and we walked around with our flags, and we actually campaigned, as individuals, as citizens, and that
Mm-hmm.
don't happen these days. You got these big ballrooms full of people. Ooh, nobody on the streets doing it. Nobody's doing it on the street. We got lazy with the system. We let them take over, and we became silent. We got to stop that. We got to take it. We got to do our part, whether it's make a phone call, listen to a video, or tell your brother. We've got to be vocal. We have got to start having communication so that people aren't you know, in the face all of a sudden, because it's going to be already too many like that. And
Okay, we have to pause sometimes for the comments
yeah,
here. All right,
yeah.
so Rita
Okay.
say AI is coming, or is it
Yeah,
AAO? She's
AI, I
talking about
believe.
AI, artificial
Okay.
intelligence.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah,
that's part of fear.
that's
That's
Tim's.
part of fear tactic.
That's Tim's topic. He'll be
Yeah.
up after me, Rita. Okay.
Yeah, that's part of the fear tactic. Bad people are still trying to make people fearful of what's coming, and that's when I say people, you got to keep your faith and your common sense, and see that what you're seeing now, like this Trump thing that happened yesterday and the day before, that was all optics.
All right, so
Okay,
let's Mary. Do
that's
you
just that.
what? Let me just
That's a,
Jen, don't forget to say a little bit in pause so we can get in and
yeah,
get the comments in from the audience. So Mary,
yeah.
I want to know, has Jen answered your question, or if or is there specific? Okay, this is her comment. She says Saudi Arabia, China, Africa, etc., is against the and then on Tuesday night she said against the dollar, they have switched to
No.
their own money.
Well, yes, they have, but we're gonna go to the same money. They're in the BRICS, okay, which is those names you just said. Uh, the world's going to the BRICS system, okay, where it's precious metal backed money. Okay, Russia, Saudi Arabia, all of them are already doing it.
Hi,
Okay,
Kathy
that's
C. Hello, Kathy
our
C.
Hey,
Thank
Kathy.
our
you,
dollar.
thank you, thank you for sharing.
Our dollar has to fail so we can get in there too. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
because people aren't going. They're not seeing what's going on until they play with your dollar, and now they're fixing to see because
They mess with that
yeah,
money, huh?
yeah, well,
Everybody
that's
pay attention.
that's true. But I got the word that we will be the last ones to sign in on it because we've gotten lazy and are not paying attention, and the dollar has to be destroyed before the new can come in.
All
So
right, so when the horn blows, we
but
got
we
a
are
question.
part of it. Okay.
Okay, we got a question. She says, but what about paper dollar? If they all leave it totally, we are in debt. That's a good point.
Well, part of this new system's coming in is going to dissolve debt, taxes, whole bunch of stuff. That's the
Wait a
Nasara
minute,
Jasara stuff that's coming
slow
in.
down just a little bit and talking too fast for her because I didn't even get what you said. Now, Mary wants to know, she says, if they do away with all of the dollar paper money, that's going to leave us in debt.
Well, we all have to go in debt for the new stuff to start. But the thing is, when that happens, the debt gets wiped too because there's no money to move things. See,
I think that's what
it's
she want to know. Are we
Yeah.
yeah.
still going to be receiving
Well,
Uh,
bills? We still going to receive bills.
what-
How we
we're
going to
going to
pay
be
our
treating
How we going to pay our utility bill? Is that what you want,
well.
Mary? You want to know how you're going to pay your utility bill? How
yeah,
you going to buy groceries? That sort of
and the,
Okay.
thing. I think that's what
right,
Mary wants some
Yeah.
specifics. She
right,
doesn't want any
Okay.
generalizations.
right, and
Okay.
partially of our debt is another reason why they're not standing behind the dollar anymore.
That's
She
right.
says Mary says they use paper dollar to trade for oil, which is one way America became rich. And she says, yes, that too, Emily. What I was saying, that she wants specifics. She wants you to
Okay.
share with how will she pay for her utility bill? How will she pay for her buy her groceries and stuff like that?
Well, you got to remember when this does happen, when we are doing that transition with the 10, I'm just going to say 10 days right now. But like I said, prepare for 30. We're supposed to have the food and water and meds and, have that set and ready. When our power goes out, or if it goes out, when our bank stops, so does the power companies. Okay. Everything stops when this happens. Everything.
Mm.
So, everything would be put on pause. It's not just going to be, oh, it's the residents, but not the businesses. No, it's everything.
Okay,
Okay.
another question.
That's why
Hold
people
on.
ain't prepared.
Okay, hold on. These questions coming in fast, so you're gonna have to pause. Okay. She says, Rita says the majority of people that I deal with are using credit cards or debit cards to pay for things. There are people I know that barely carry cash.
That's
Okay,
true.
that's a good point because I use that a lot. I don't have any
Mhm.
cash. I don't keep
Well,
cash on me. You know,
basically, they're going to be worthless. They're going to be worthless during this time. Okay, everything goes down. That's why we have to prepare at home and survive the break. Okay,
so you're saying we're
um,
gonna turn it basically into what, third, fourth world country just for
no,
a
we're just
change of money? Because you're
no.
saying that everything's gonna go down, so that means nothing's gonna be going on, right?
That's why we prepare. We got it's okay. I live in Hurricane Alley. Okay, look, we prepare for the whole hurricane season, whether we get the effects of it or not. We are
Hmm.
prepared to be without power, a way to go, food,
Oh,
water, all that. We have to
okay.
prepare to be home for 10 days up to 30. Being
Without
safe is
power.
going 30. Being
Okay.
totally secure is preparing for 30 days. But most of them are saying prepare for 10. I don't think it's going to be that long, but like I said, that's my opinion. And that also is I'm in the country, I'm not in the city. Okay, but it's the I have cash. Okay, at some point,
Okay, got a question. Mary says the question's coming in here fast. Mary says they're saying now people that can't get debit cards will be able to get debit cards, and the government will know everybody's business. LOL, she says. And
that
then can't
depends.
wait. And Kathy says, okay, she'll answer one at a time. Kathy says, will we be able to trade in money for gold and silver, etc.? She say that's what she heard.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
part of the preparation. You need to do what you can to get gold in hand, silver in hand, because it will be
Let,
in some places used as
let,
currency, and it's going to be worth a lot more later than it is right now. So
if I
right
could
now is
jump
the
in,
time to
if I
do it.
could jump in there just for a minute, I want to add to that statement, that question that was made. Right now, the original guy that found Cash App, he
Mm.
was taken out unalive. The government is coming out with their own Cash App.
Oh,
So, yeah, they're coming out with their
wow.
own Cash App. They've already got the name of it and everything. I just don't recall what it is. So I think all of this is going to tie in all together.
Tie into that, and
Yeah,
so that people
Yeah.
transition.
right.
Oh,
They'll
I
know
see.
Well,
everything. They will know everything at that point.
Well, they already
well,
know everything
Yeah,
because they
they do.
listen to your phone calls and everything on these things right here.
Yeah,
Everything you type,
yes,
everything you call you make, every game you play, every movie you watch,
yes.
every text you send, and which is a
yeah,
violation of the Privacy Act. They already know
yeah.
everything,
Yeah.
The
So
TVs are listening. The TVs are
Mhm.
listening when they're off.
yeah, they do, yeah, they do, and they even listen through my security system because
Oh yeah.
my,
Yep,
my ding dong bell to go off and the door ain't even open.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep,
because the
yeah.
dog, me and the dog looked up the day it went off. I went and pushed myself against the door to make sure it was already tight, and it was. I went to the other door, pushed to see was it already tight, and it was. And so the dog looked at me like, "What the heck going on?" I'm like, "I don't know, ghosts, I guess."
Well, to
Okay,
learn more
Mary
about
says, wait, question. Mary says, Tim, I
Yes.
heard that and that guy had a new thing for Cash App. They took care of that.
I could believe that. I would believe that.
yeah,
Nobody
Okay.
saw this coming. Uh, I don't even believe he saw it coming.
Yeah. And so Rita says, they've been knowing my business, the cable company, my cable box, my internet
Yeah.
service. Veteran.
yep,
She's a veteran too.
Yeah.
So she
Me
says
too.
she's veteran
hmm
connected with the government and
Hmm.
our IRS and her smartphone. So
All
it's
good
like I
there.
said, they already know all of our business. All right, we're
That's
gonna
true.
Okay,
take a
I'm
quick break so Tim can get in here with his section. I can get in with mine because
Okay.
it's already 7:39. Okay,
Okay. All
so
right.
I
Jen,
know
I know it was a
I
lot
gotta
of
talk in my
questions.
comment.
Okay, I know it was a lot of questions pouring in on you, but that was an interesting topic, so that's what you want.
There's
You
a lot
wanted
to
that
say about it.
you wanted that participation, and you got it, girl. All right,
I'm glad for it.
all right
Happy for
then.
it.
Okay, so we will be back. Stick and stay. Y'all got more questions? Think of them, and just type your little fingers away. But while you're typing those little fingers, don't forget to share the show some more. Okay. All right, so if I can get my mouse to work, which I think I'm gonna have to get another one soon,
And back it up.
unless they listen through my mouse.
A VPN is great for security and privacy. By hiding your IP address and encrypting your traffic, it shields your data from snoopers and all kinds of cyber attacks. But its protection scope is limited. So, NordVPN is becoming more than just a VPN. We're introducing a brand new feature to the desktop apps, Threat Protection, and it's going to take your digital security to the next level. Once you enable it on your NordVPN app, Threat Protection will guard your device against malicious websites, malware, trackers, and intrusive ads, even if you're not connected to a VPN server at the time. That's right, when you switch it on, it'll stay on, regardless of your VPN connection. Let's take a look at how it can improve your cybersecurity. Online, one wrong turn can spell disaster for your private data, but not with Threat Protection. It blocks dangerous websites that might potentially host malware, even if you click on a dangerous link by accident. Next up, malware protection. If you accidentally download an infected file, it's not the end of your devices just yet. Threat Protection scans every file you download. If a file turns out to be infected, it gets deleted immediately before it can wreak havoc on your computer. Most websites you enter are stuffed with trackers that follow you from one page to another, creating a unique profile of who you are and what you like. Threat Protection blocks trackers, so you can surf the net with more privacy. Ever opened a web page only to be bombarded with intrusive ads and loud autoplay videos? Well, they're not only annoying, some of them can actually be a cyber threat. Threat Protection blocks the intrusive and malicious ads on the spot. So, how do you take your device security to the next level? Make sure you have the latest NordVPN app version on your computer. Then open it and click on the little shield. It's the Threat Protection icon. Toggle the switch on and enjoy ultimate security. You can also find Threat Protection Lite on your mobile apps, but it won't block trackers or malicious files on your phone just yet. Step up your cybersecurity and stay safe.
Okay, so I'm back. I thought the commercial wasn't gonna ever go off. Jen has put some more information in the chat about you guys, for you guys, and I'm bringing in the rest of the team now, and I'm getting ready to get started to answer our viewer, a new viewer. I think she's not a new viewer, but I think this is the first time that she's tuned into our politics show. Yay! We want to give her a round of applause for that. Thank you, Rita. Yes. I think it's first time for Kathy too for politics. Yay. So, and that's because, we try to make it fun and we just give it to you like it really is. Raw and in living color. All right. So today This is the first thing that has happened since the 1800s. The red state of Tennessee House voted to expel 2 of 3 Democratic members over gun protests. All right. And this is from NPR, National Press Release, Politics podcast. It was this was just out 7:33, only a few minutes ago. And let me read this to you.
Okay.
In an extraordinary move, Tennessee's Republican-led House voted Thursday to expel 2 of 3 Democratic lawmakers who recently led a raucous protest from the House floor, calling for gun law reforms. Representative Justin Jones, Democrat Nashville, and Justin Pearson, Democrat Memphis, were both removed from the body, which votes falling along party lines in a disciplinary measure that's only been used twice since the 1800s. The votes were 72 to 25 and 69 to 26, respectively. Together, they represent a combined constituency of about 130,000 people. Representative Gloria Johnson, Democrat from Knoxville, who represents about 70,000 Tennesseans, escaped. Somebody turn that volume down because I hear me echoing. So, escaped by the same fate by a single vote with a final count of 65 to 30. Following the failed vote, Johnson was asked by reporters if she thought there was a reason she had a different outcome. I'll answer your question, she said. It might have to do with the color of our skin. Johnson, the female, is Caucasian. Both Jones and Pearson are African American, and Johnson is Caucasian. The expelled lawmakers conceded they didn't follow decorum by walking on the floor, what is called the well, and speaking without being formally recognized. Republicans said that the trio's actions amounted to an insurrection. It was streamed. This session was streamed on YouTube. That's where I was watching it. And they watched the report and the voting. And the trio, whom supporters call the Tennessee Three, have already been stripped of their committee assignments. Here's more context and how we got it to this point. What happened Thursday? The lawmakers began to take up the question of expelling 3 of their colleagues shortly after 1 p.m. local time. During the proceeding, loud protests could occasionally be heard from the chamber's floor, and I heard them. A motion was adopted to allow Johnson, Pearson, and Jones 20 minutes each to speak on their own behalf, including time for their attorneys. Now, I heard that part. Jones was the first of 3 to address the chamber, offering an explanation for his actions on the well of the floor on March the 30th. The world is watching Tennessee, he said. What is happening here today is a farce of democracy. He called the majority Republican membership, many of them who have said they will vote to expel the members, a lynch mob that is eager to enact the ultimate punishment against himself, Johnson, and Pearson. I represent 78,000 people, 78,000 people. And when I came to the well that day, I was not standing for myself. Jones said, I was standing for those young people, many of whom can't even vote yet, many of whom are disenfranchised, but all of whom are terrified by the continued trend of mass shooting plaguing our state and plaguing this nation. I got to see where the echo is coming from.
I think that's Miss Jen.
I think so too. So I just muted you for just a minute, Jen. Okay. but all of whom are terrified by the continued trend of mass shooting plaguing our state and plaguing this nation. Jones also noted the rare instances in which the House Senate have taken such a drastic measure against a sitting elected representative. This is not a temple. This is a place where we're supposed to wrestle for our democracy and wrestle ideas, Jones added. An attorney for Johnson, former Representative John Mark Wendell, decried the resolution as an outright lie and an outright distortion of her conduct. Wendell argued that contrary to the motion submitted for her removal of the House, Johnson never shouted or pounded the podium or displayed a sign containing a political statement while she was in the well last week, all of which would be in violation of the House rules. Wendell said expulsion has been reserved for people who take bribes, commit sexual offenses, or for felons. She's not a felon. She's not a misdemeanant. She's not a sex offender. She's not a target of federal grand jury investigation. She's never had a single ethics violation. Simply put, she's never broken the public trust, he said. Speaking in response to questions from a Republican lawmaker, Johnson agreed that she had shouted from the floor. I absolutely never yelled, she said, adding that she did not speak in voice louder than any other member on this floor. Later, she added, I may have broken a rule in approaching the well, but much of what is in this document is false. So then he goes on talking about her. Then Representative Justin Pearson, young black politician, just getting into politics. He took a multi-pronged approach to attacking the allegations against him. And he says he argued that as a freshman representative, he's not been able to be aware of all the House rules and what and when they apply. He said, I was told that we were crowding around the clerk's desk, he said, referring to the language in the motion against him and his colleagues. And he said, I got to be honest with you, I just realized they were talking about this desk and not the one up there. He added, there's a lot of things that are in these resolutions that seem to assume now liar. All right. So they expel to us. It goes on and on and on, but I'm going to bring you back in now, Jenny. But I know y'all tired of me reading. All right. So, Rita, I want to know what specific comment do you have about this? You can type it in as I continue to explain. All right. First of all, Democrats don't have a chance in the Senate of the Tennessee state right now because it's only 23 Democratic senators in the whole state House and a 72 of Republicans. Now, what I want to know is how in the heck, and that is not the word I would like to use, but because I don't use that language, I cannot say it.
Okay.
But why in the heck I mean, that is not even a third ratio to 72. You know, it's right. Why are there 72 Republicans senators and only 23 Democratic senators? That's imbalance right there. You're not gonna never get to agree on anything.
That's correct.
That's got to be an infraction. That is a serious infraction right there.
Right.
Voters put them there.
Well, yeah, they say the voters put them there, but I don't believe that. I just don't believe. I
don't either, but that's the easy answer.
Yeah, right. I mean, it doesn't take a 5-year-old that don't even know how to count to maybe 500 yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You outnumbered.
Yeah.
A Democrat ain't got a chance to get nothing passed in the state of Tennessee.
No.
Right?
Right.
So there's the problem. That's the first problem. All right. My second problem is, why would you apply the ultimate rule to 2 African American senators and not apply the ultimate rule to the Caucasian? You accuse all 3. You wanted to expel all 3 of them. This is the thing. This is the talk that you made to the town, to the nation. That you're gonna spell all three of them. But yet, when it comes down to you walking your talk, you decided to just expel the two African American senators and not the Caucasian senators. That's the second problem I got with this. All right. And then a third problem is this. All right. I got a problem with the third problem with the youngest one.
Okay.
This young African American young man he seems probably maybe only 28 years old. But he did when he ran. He's very intelligent. I love the way he speaks. He almost reminds me of a young Martin Luther King. I mean, a very young Martin Luther King or a very young Malcolm X. But he's very intelligent. He has a very well-versed vocabulary. So he knows how to talk with the wino. He knows how to talk with the king. I listened to him today.
Okay.
Now, what I got a problem with, all right, all of these old African American senators that's been up there on the Tennessee Hill for 20 years, 30 years or more, even 10 years. Why didn't y'all put your arms around this young 28-year-old? I don't know how old he is. I just made up a number, but he's young. Why didn't why didn't y'all meet with him when y'all was on vacation last December? Let him know all of the rules. What is allowed, what is not allowed. Why didn't y'all take him under your wings?
Go ahead. I want to jump in there somewhere.
Come on.
Well, here's the thing.
I got a lot of problems with that.
Yeah, here's what they're failing to realize. You're going to have to follow protocol. You're already outnumbered, so you're going to have to learn how to beat them at their own game, which is going to be very hard to do due to the fact that how the scales are balanced.
Mm-hmm.
Towards that young man, I agree with everything that you said about him. However, ignorance of the law is not an excuse.
That's true.
You see what I mean?
You're right. He was supposed to study that on his own, I guess. I guess they gave him all the books and handbooks.
Right. They're not going to give it. If I'm not with you, why would I give you full information and formalities and how they are conducted? You're already, outnumbered. So they're going to have to find a way, a crafty way that falls within the guidelines to beat them at their own game. And it's going to be a hard thing to do. It might
because they outnumbered. I don't see how nothing's going to be possible. It's going to take the people.
Right. Well, yeah. But we don't have any control in there.
Jen?
Yeah, but going back, what Jen was saying, ignorance is not an excuse. He knew where he was going, so why didn't he know these things about how to handle himself and what was going to happen in the house?
I agree.
So that part, I agree with Tim on that. My question is, I think I missed it. What party are the three?
What was it?
What party are the three?
Democrats.
What?
All of them Democrats. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I have my own views about that because in the federal government, there's good and bad on each side. Okay, but the scenario is that I'm going to say liberal side instead of party side. I'm going to say liberal side. The liberal side is being caught at a lot of stuff. The stuff with Trump in New York the other day, that was setting a precedent. Everybody knows those were fake charges, but it was the act of the indictment setting a precedent. So now they can get all of them that's in those high-level positions with indictments because they did it to him. It's the same with the Mar-a-Lago thing. They raided his place, so then they raided Biden's. It opened the door of a precedent. Yeah. And with that said, in y'all's house, I'm not sure all the details about the thing you're talking about, but I see it as these might be some good Democrats that are fighting the bad
Yeah,
system that they're
They,
dealing with.
they were
yeah.
fighting about. The protests happened last on March the 30th,
Okay,
and
and
it was about the guns. They want to
Mass shootings.
AR-15s.
well,
They want the guns banned, and there was this
well,
bill. There's this. Let me finish. There's this bill that they voted on today, which the Republican did win their bill because Democrats was outnumbered on the vote, and the bill was 125 dash something anyway. But what it is, it has to do with SROs, security resource officers. They want to put a security resource officer in every school. In some schools, 3 or 4 or 2 or however many. The state and the government is supposed to give them $4 million of, is it 4 million or 4 billion? I don't know. I know the number is 4, but it's got to be 4 million or $4 billion to pay these officers. And so
okay.
their position of these 3 Democrats is this. They say they would rather, they want the school to be safe, true enough. They don't want the school to become a battleground. The young Democrat actually says, what's going to happen when one of those security SROs accidentally shoot a student? Why would you bring more guns to the school when we're trying to keep guns out of the school? So this is what the protest was all about on Thursday, March
Yeah.
the 30th.
Mm-hmm.
There were
Okay.
people that traveled to Nashville from all over the state of Tennessee. It wasn't just Memphis folks there. And so there were protesters for the bill, protesters against the bill. So, but they came into to the capacity, as much as the capacity would hold for the protesters. They let them in,
Mm-hmm.
and then there was others outside. And so, what these 3 were accused of was they walked into the middle of the floor of the house,
Mm-hmm.
which they refer to as the well of the floor, because each senator has their own desk where they have their voting buttons and their microphones and everything.
Yeah.
So these 3 got up and left their station and walked down to the floor
Without permission of the teacher.
without permission of the chairman.
I
Yeah.
know, teacher.
Yeah. And all 3 of them was trying to make their case right there in the middle of the floor. So
Right.
So they couldn't wait their turn, or were they not getting a turn?
was it?
That's the one they wasn't recognized yet, nor were they authorized to do that, to come down
I
like
think
that.
so.
Yeah, it's no
So
different
they
than
felt like they wasn't going to get a turn, so they took their turn.
But look at it this way: it's just like 3 children getting out of their desk, going up to the front of the class. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Without being approved for that.
Yeah.
But then you got to think about how our cricket government is these days.
Oh yeah.
They probably felt they wasn't going to get their turn, and that's why they did that.
That's
so
probably so.
You got to consider the teacher too. Is that teacher going to be equal, or is that teacher going to not want to hear?
Well, we already know the teacher not equal because the chair is the chair is Republican.
Exactly. Well, and saying all that, this is just my opinion because I am a weapon owner, right? This is my opinion, and people need to start worrying about the person holding the gun. The guns didn't do this; the person behind them did.
Well, this is what the other man said.
If the criminals want a gun, they're going to get one.
This is what the other man said. He said, "Why did y'all?" Today, this is what he said. The other one that got expelled. He said, "Why did y'all?" No, this could have been a different senator, but he was African American. He said, "What I want to know is why did this house, the state of Tennessee, close all the mental health facilities several years back and when people had places to go, and
Mm-hmm.
where they could stay until they got well,
Mm-hmm.
it worked. We didn't have this problem.
There you
But
go.
y'all, he
Well,
said, but y'all decide to close them all up. Now people don't have nowhere to go. They just out there, you
Yeah.
know.
because back to the money thing, all of this money issues started way back when. This didn't just start. This we're talking about things that set back back in the 90s, back before that. All of this is just coming to a head now. The money disappearing and the money being overspent and the money turning dirty instead
That
of
money
good.
not disappearing. They
Um,
steady getting money. That's what
well,
I'm watching. That's what I'm watching
that's
now in this deep
that's what's
state.
putting out
This deep
there.
state series that I'm watching now. You
Yeah,
would
well,
be
that's what's being
surprised
put
at
out
how
there.
these politicians will put a price tag on anything. They like triple
Yeah,
what something will cost. Submit it to the government, and the government give them those funds. And all they
yeah,
do is make themselves rich. They do not give that money back to the community. They do not use that money
exactly.
for the community. And
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
what they call a deep state. And that's why
Yeah,
they did not like President Trump, because he was not cutting all that mess out,
Yeah.
cut it out, fired him, got him out of there where
Yeah.
they no longer couldn't take this money, this federal money, and make
yeah,
themselves rich off of the
Mm-hmm.
people's
Mm-hmm.
money. Now,
yeah. Well,
speaking of Trump, I
Yes.
say this is what the Republicans are doing. The Republicans are trying to get back at the Democrats now through whatever funnel way that they can,
Yeah.
because of what they did to President Trump about the indictment. So, Mary, Rita say, I agree, Jen.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah,
I have a whole different view than y'all. This when I talk about this stuff, my view is a different view than Emily and Tim in a lot of regard. But I told people a long time ago, I'm calm with this because my faith and knowing what I feel is happening, and I'm seeing this stuff happen.
yeah,
You know, I feel like I'm on a good path. I don't
yeah.
know if it's right or wrong, but I am on a good path with finding the knowledge. And I don't just
Yeah.
watch videos; I do deep dives. So this everything they're saying that's happening is being proven to me because it is happening. And
Mhm.
all of this argument and stuff about Democrat this and Republican that, all of that is presented to cause chaos. But at the same time, it's like an optic to get people to wake up and pay attention and do their part, mostly to speak up and stand united.
Mhm.
Okay, all of this fighting between the parties is all
It's
optics.
ridiculous. It's
It's
ridiculous.
optics to wake people
Yeah.
up. That's what it is.
Yeah, but
To,
while they
to,
trying to wake up, then look at what's happening. China, Russia, Saudi Arabia, Iran, and what's the other one? Japan, is it? They're
you remember
all,
when Trump?
huh?
You
Huh?
remember when Trump went all around the world getting signatures? All over the world, he got signatures from all the leaders of the world.
Mhm.
That's when they signed a plan to sign in together, but they all had to do their part to wake the world up. They are
Mhm.
working together to save the world. Okay. Now, if I'm wrong, I can't. I have faith that I'm right. He didn't go around the world and get signatures to say, "Hey, you coming to my party
Well,
tonight?"
I heard his
No,
speech.
they
Did you
went
hear it?
around the world to get the world leaders to join him in saving the world, and that's what they're doing. And the people are being told in the mainstream media that we're going to war and the weapons are going to kill us and blah 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 blah. That is all fear tactics to keep us quiet and in fear.
Okay, hold on. Let me just say this. I listened to his speech after
Mhm.
from our
I did
AM.
too.
Hold on just a minute. Well, then, if you listen to the same speech that I listened to, I heard Donald say this. He said, now, he said, China has joined with Russia, partnered with Russia. Arabia has partnered with so and so and so and so. He said, and now they're We're not far from a nuclear war. He said, you can believe it or not. He said, but we're not far. Now, did you hear him say those words?
I heard him say those words, but I also have been well versed. I'm not
But
going to
he
say I know
also
it all.
said it wouldn't have happened if he had been there. But did you hear him say those words?
He's playing his role. This is not that they're working together to save the world, but they can't say, "Hey, y'all got to do what we say because we're going to save the world." They have to show the power of forces together while they're playing this optics game with these people who are being in the ditch of fear put on by mainstream media. Okay, it's all part of the show to get people to understand that one day this our world is going to come together. And while they're putting on these optics, things are going on behind the scenes. By the way, when Trump was arraigned, guess what was happening on the backside right there in New York? Stormy, what's her name?
Stormy.
Right? She was ordered to pay $600,000 or more back to President Trump. Ordered by the judge.
No,
Ordered by the judge.
She ain't got the money.
She made an affidavit and a video and signed statements saying that she did not have that relationship with Trump, and this was done years ago. That she did not have that relationship with Trump, and
No,
it was all blown out of proportion.
I don't have. I mean, I have no question that this is a ridiculous case, and that as far as that's concerned, the statute of limitations. Wait a minute, I'm not finished. The statute of limitations had already run out on that.
Yes,
that's the main reason why I know that it's a ridiculous case.
It's
It's not going to even go to court. It's not going to go to trial. It's going to be dismissed.
Well, people don't understand. Trump is the one man on the planet and his family that has been the most investigated, the most prosecuted, and the most crapped on by the deep state than any man on the planet.
That's true. I agree.
For the last 7 years. They didn't want him in the office. Once he got there, they did everything to impeach him. Rushed his okay. They don't understand. If there was something to find on that man, they would have found it and did what? They would have told the world. They found nothing.
Yeah, it's been a witch hunt. Yeah, it's been a witch hunt all along.
They found nothing.
We know that.
They found nothing.
Well, I'll tell you what it has
done.
Going
on now is the optics of it all. And it's hiding things that are actually going on.
Jen, tone it down. You're hollering, babe.
I'm sorry.
That's a passionate.
I get excited about this stuff, man.
I see, yeah. I know it's passion. I get it.
Yeah, it's passion.
So, but one thing that we do know, Trump's poll rating has gone up almost 40% since Tuesday.
Yeah. and he was my topic, so you all are covering all of the points that I was going to touch on.
Yeah, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. That was going. He was that grin on his face while he was walking through New York. That was hilarious. Yeah. I could read his face like, y'all keep on, bring it
Ms.
on.
Rita, I'm not gonna forget about you, Miss Rita. They already touched on with what I had dealing with Trump, so that's been touched on. So I'm not gonna forget about you, Miss Rita. I got you.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, Miss Rita was just saying that AI is coming. Actually, AI is here.
It is.
They're ready. It just hadn't been rolled out yet. Anything dealing with import, export, warehouses, etc., will be no longer in existence. So if you're someone that's if you're starting out on a career, if you're not a first responder, you would try to get your job to be remote, because that's where all the jobs are going to. Is going to be remote. Not only that, I am actually taking a class right now that's dealing with AI. AI has gotten so specific to where if you want to write a book, say a children's book or what have you, you could tell AI everything that you wanted down to the smallest detail. It would create it for you. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that it was as advanced as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, just like Alexa,
Mm-hmm.
and you by voice command, AI would do pretty much everything that you commanded to do.
Mm-hmm.
Dealing on a laptop. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
say,
yeah.
yeah, you know, you
Mm-hmm.
can say I want a fat police officer with red hair, uh, ankle beater pants, black shoes, and
What's
it
that
would,
tip like? I could be the pants like
yeah,
Barney
ankle beater
Fireball.
pants, black shoes, and it would design a picture of 6 or more for you to pick from to
Mm-hmm.
get as close to your liking as you desire. So you're absolutely right, Miss Rita. AI is coming. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
that's something that people are really not thinking about because all of our attention is on the dollar, what's going on with Trump, et cetera, et cetera. But that is going to be a major, major change, and
Well,
nobody's
imagine
going to
this.
know. By the time it comes, it's just going to be like we don't need you anymore. I mean, it's simple as that, especially in this state because this is an at will state, which means that they don't have to have a significant reason to terminate your services.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay, think about this scenario. You
Mm-hmm.
know, at some point, even the medical field is going to drop to its knees.
Mm-hmm.
But think about this scenario. I know this. I've seen documents and things you know, that's actually coming out now. I saw 2 or 3 years ago. But
Mm-hmm.
the deep state has been using hidden technology. They hid it from the people.
Yeah,
Okay, they hid it from the good people. They've been using this stuff for years,
they
Oh
and
yeah.
have.
now that they're being outed, the
Yeah,
stuff is coming out to the public.
right.
They've been
And they
using this stuff that's coming out now. They've been using it for years.
right. And here's the thing about that: they had to spoon feed us that. Prime example: you can go back to the first cell of your phone. It probably was bigger than your arm was when it first came out, all the way down to where we are
I
now.
keep telling y'all everything that we saw on Star Trek is here except my
Well, yeah,
flying car. I ain't got
yeah.
my
Yeah, and
flying car yet.
he just
It's
said the
here.
key
I've
word,
seen them.
Kim. He
Huh?
just
Flying
said the key
car.
word, Kim.
What's that?
Kim, Emily, you need to say the claps. The key words, spoon fed.
Yeah, the
That's
spoon
what's
fed.
going on right now. This
Mm-hmm.
stuff has happened already. It's being spoon fed to the public now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, everything going on now has to be spoon fed so people don't go into
Nuts.
civil war,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, that was what I was trying to say earlier, and you said the right word right there.
Oh,
That's what
Okay, so
happened.
let's play a game.
okay.
Name something that you saw on Star Trek that we have now.
Flip phones.
Flip phones. Jenny.
Uh, I wasn't a Trekkie. I did watch some, but I wasn't a Trekkie. But
You're
the
looking at it.
automatic doors and
Computer.
stuff.
Computer,
The
Jenny.
computer.
Computer.
Yeah,
Computer.
yeah, yeah,
Computer. All right.
yeah.
Let's say
Talking on a
two.
lapel and stuff like that. Yeah,
Uh, yeah. I'm gonna say
that's what they're
um,
doing.
yeah. It is a fun game, isn't it?
Yeah.
What do you call it?
I'm talking about
Robot?
the
Robot?
earbuds.
Robot?
Robots.
Yeah,
Robot?
I tell you another
yeah.
thing. We just not as a mass aware of it. That's teleportation. Beam
Yeah.
me up, Scotty.
Oh, that's
Beam me up.
happening.
Yeah,
Beam me up.
teleportation. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's already happening. It's
Yeah,
just not in our face yet. It's already happened. It's been
yeah.
happening.
Because it's just a portal.
Yeah,
That's all. Going
yeah,
in a portal
it
and
is.
coming out of a
Yeah,
portal. So
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah,
it's
I
here.
like Stargate.
Mm-hmm.
Stargate that
Yeah,
goes and they just go to all these portals.
they
And,
did.
and the universe is full of portals.
Full of them.
Scientists already know that. But
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would be afraid to go through a portal because I wouldn't know what's on the other side.
Yeah, you might not could
Well,
get back to the day and
And then,
time
and
that you
yeah.
then
Well,
originally left.
again, they're using
yeah,
technology. They're bringing out a technology that they've
unless
been
I
using
knew
in
for
secret.
sure what was on the other side, I wouldn't go
Yeah,
through a
they know
portal.
what's there.
Nah, I
They know
wouldn't.
what's there. They've been using it for years, and they know what's there. So when it comes out to the public and people get used to it being there,
They
that's when
better not do
you'll
that until they give
understand.
me my flying car. That's all I got to say.
Flying cars are here. They
That's
just
right.
haven't been
I agree. I
manufactured.
want my flying car.
They're here. They just haven't been manufactured. They are here.
Yeah, they are here.
Yeah.
It's like all these UFOs coming out now.
But
The
look, let me,
UFO people, the aliens been here for a long time, and all that stuff's already been in action. They
well,
just
let
knew how
me
to
tell
clone themselves until it was time to reveal them.
I'm gonna tell
That's all.
y'all this. Let me ask y'all this. I'm tell y'all this. I'm sure this, and then we're gonna
Okay.
close the show. The craziest thing, Kathy say it's happening soon. All right. Now the
Yes,
craziest
it is.
thing and smartest thing that just happened last week that even had reporters, um, patrol borders, bordermen, media, mainstream media, private reporters,
I know
journalists,
what you're gonna say.
everybody just amazed. And that is that some illegal aliens came in through on a fly slider across the border. What do you call it? A hand glider.
A hang
Yeah.
glider. Well, that's one way of getting there.
They
Okay.
wanted to be on. They needed the 15 seconds of
But,
fame.
but it wasn't a hand glider. They had created it like
On a motorcycle.
like a bicycle plane.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Some kind of way it was like a motorbike with a plane
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
with wings. And they
Yeah.
Yeah.
showed it, and they confiscated them. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like,
Yeah.
okay, so they were so creative and ingenious, because that took some smarts. The
Yeah.
AI, they had the AI that right to get that right. They
Mm-hmm.
be able to control it and everything, and calculate their distance and everything, right? So my question was, doggone, that was a great idea. But why didn't y'all make it to fly further?
My thought, my thought is, why didn't they walk through like everybody else? The gates open
It
under
is
this.
open.
this,
It is
They wanted to
open.
this
get
under
ahead of
this
the crowd. I can tell
administration.
you that. They
That
want to get ahead of the
administration.
crowd.
Okay, so
Yeah, the administration. That gates open. Why do that?
Kathy say,
Yeah.
I know the CEO of aerospace company with a flying motorcycle. And
Okay.
that's what these she said Genie Aerospace, that's the name of it. So
Okay.
maybe that's where they bought it from, because or they worked there and stole the plans, because they sure got into over to the United States from Mexico.
Well, yeah, it was
through,
smart in a lot of ways.
through the air,
They were able to get ahead of the crowd.
through the air, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Go to the
think
front.
maybe they just didn't want to be touched by all the motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I look at it as these kids who got the brain to invent something in their backyard, and that's what they came up with.
That's what
And
they came
now
up with.
they'll be in some invention company creating things because they did that.
Now, I'm gonna
But
tell
it's
you what
already
the United
created.
States
It's
gonna do.
already created.
I'm gonna tell you what the United States gonna do. They're gonna give them a visa to work, and they're gonna put them in a place where they can design these things for the United
Yep.
States government.
Yeah. And
Wow.
then give them a
That's
big
what they
old
gonna
fat
do.
check before they do a thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
y'all. We gotta close on that. Tim, your closing remarks.
Great show. A lot of information to process. We got a lot of things that's coming our way. But look, y'all, unless you see the sky falling, don't panic.
That's
That being said, I just wish everybody love, peace, and happiness, and let's be safe out there, y'all.
Good deal, Jen.
okay. There's a lot of things going on right now,
Yeah.
and just please get prepared. Be prepared to stay home. Get your food, water, meds, your pet needs. Take care of your family and those you love around you, and be prepared for to be at home for a little while. Keep your faith, your common sense, and your sense of humor because at some point you're going to need it.
Yeah, I know
But
that's
be
right.
safe.
I know that's
But be
right.
safe.
Yeah.
Be
I
safe.
agree with everything that Jen and Tim said. I just want to thank all of you for having fun with us tonight. And y'all didn't know politics would be so much fun, did you? Well, I'll tell you, if you don't, now that you do know, tell everybody else
There
so
you
that
go.
they can come and have some fun with us. And we certainly do appreciate y'all. And we will see y'all on tomorrow night. On tomorrow night is the Emily Pearl Show.
Yes.
And it is our family game night. Wow.
All right.
That's some more fun, huh? Yeah, Jen. Uh-huh. We might have to do that tracky thing, Jen. You may have to go on and look up you some track stuff now.
Man, I ain't got time to do that. I got the real thing to worry about, which that is the real thing, but I got the real thing right now to worry
All
about.
right.
Okay.
All right then.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if it's gonna be there or not. I was just saying, since
Yeah.
I started with it, I might continue with it. But I don't usually like to give away what the game's gonna be because
Yeah.
I got those Michigan girls out there ready.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. We have to wait till the show.
Yeah. Because they'll be popping up and answering questions. You thought they was answering you questions fast tonight?
Yeah.
Man, they'll really be on that game tomorrow night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But y'all
I'll see y'all
gave us
Tuesday.
y'all gave us some great questions, and thank y'all so much. Kathy said, yes, that's right, Jen. She said, Jen, that's right, be prepared.
Yeah.
And Kathy, we will I don't know if you're gonna be on the show not tomorrow night. Are you coming? I haven't sent the link out for the studio yet, so I'll send it to you just in case you want to stop in, okay? All right, Tim. Thank you so much, everybody. We love you all, and that's our time for the night. And I always end with this. Free thought is a philosophy. It is not a policy. Nobody can put a policy on what you can think, what you want to think, and what you think. That's free. Free thought is a philosophy and not a policy. All right?
All right.
Always remember that. And that's what Jen is talking about. Jen said, you use your common sense, y'all. Just come on and think. Stop being brainwashed and think for yourself. Isn't that right, Jen?
Stop being silent. I hope to see y'all Tuesday night.
All right.
All right.
That's our time. Good night, everybody. We love you.
Night.
The opinions expressed on this program is not necessarily those of the Emily Pearl Show, its sister stations, its affiliates, or its sponsors, but it is those of the individuals themselves who express it. While the Emily Pearl Show does take stances on individual issues, the show itself remains an entertainment platform. Free thought is a philosophy and not a policy.